I would like vanilla cone. A single or a double dip. The cricket, I don't have a double dip. The boy answered.
Right, okay, very good. May I help? Help. Help. You gotta have the help because otherwise it's hell. Help. Just a little bit, but you have to close the lips. The lips have to close on help. Otherwise, we're talking about something very different. The young man approach. Approach this. Not approach it. No. Approach this. Approach this. Say it a little faster than that, of course. Approach. Approach. Try to get away from the approach edge. It's approach. The store employee asked, "May I help you?" "Yes," the boy replied. "I would like a vanilla cone. A single or double dip?" The clerk asked. "I'll have a double dip," the boy answered. Go ahead, Mr. Bear.
The young boy entered the ice cream shop and approached the counter. The employee asked, "May I help you?" "Yes," the boy replied. "I would like a vanilla cone, a single or double dip." The first "I will have a double dip," the boy answered.
Right, very good. I help you. May I help? May I help you? It's very important that the P, especially on this word, that the P sound be heard. Because the last thing you want to say is, "May I tell you?" May I tell you?
Yes.
May I help?
Yeah. Help.
You? Single or double dip? There should be a question mark there. Question. Question mark. When you see that written, it implies obviously someone's asking a question. Question mark.
Question mark.
Mark.
Question mark.
Okay, go ahead.
The young boy entered the ice cream shop and approached the counter. The store employee asked, "May I help you?" "Yes," the boy replied. "I would like a vanilla cone, a single or double dip." The clerk asked, I'll have a double dip," the boy answered.
Right, okay, very good. The clerk asked, "I'll." That's the contraction of I will.
I will.
I will. I'll have. I will have. I'll have. I will have. I'll have a double dip, the boy answered. Okay, go ahead.
The young boy entered the ice cream store and approached the counter. The store employee asked, "May I help you?" "Yes," the boy replied. "I would like a vanilla cone, a single or double dip." The clerk asked. "I will have a double dip," the boy answers.
Right, the clerks asked, and "I'll have a double dip," the boy answered. Approach the counter. "May I help you?" help you? May I help you? May I help you? May I help you? Please help me. Okay, go ahead.
The young boy enters the ice cream shop and approaches the counter. The store employee asks, "May I help you?" "Yes," the boy replied. "I would like a vanilla cone, a single or double dip." The clerk asked, "I have a double dip," the boy answered.
Right, I'll have a double dip, the boy answered. May I help you? Yes, the boy replied. I would like a vanilla cone, a single or double dip. Dip, 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 help, dip, help. The clerk asked. I'll have a double dip, the boy answered. Okay, go ahead.
The young boy entered the ice cream shop and approached the center. The store employee asked, "May I help you?" "Yes," the boy replied. "I would like a vanilla cone, a single or double dip." I have a double dip, the boy answered.
Right, very good. I'll have a double dip, the boy answered. The store employee asked, "May I help you?" Imagine if somebody said that. Whoa, wow. The young boy entered the ice cream shop and approached the counter. The store employee asked, "May I help you?" Yes, the boy replied. I would like a vanilla cone. Cone. A single or double dip? The clerk asked. I'll have a double dip, the boy answered. Go ahead.
The young boy entered the ice cream shop and approached the counter. The store employee asked, "May I help you?" "Yes," the boy replied. "I would like a vanilla cone, a single or double dip." The clerk asked. "I have a double dip," the boy answered.
Right. If there's one word that you have to practice on this whole board, it's help. It's not help. It's help. You have to have the P sound. Otherwise, people will look at you like, whoa, what's the problem? No. This is help. 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 Yeah. In the first, while you're practicing it, overemphasize the P, because I've heard so many people, I want to help you. I would like to help you. Ooh, you would? What did I do? Why would you want to help me? Ooh, no. Help. Help. That's a word to practice. To get away from hell and into help. Yeah, help.
If no per, I would like to help you. What is mean? Help.
Yeah, exactly, right, yeah.
Either you or me go to help.
Okay, right. Well, I mean, that's the word you're using. If you say, I help you, I will help you. What did I do? Why are you going to do that to me? What did I do? It's help. Of all the words here, that's the one that you'll use probably the most in speaking English over time. Help. I'd like to help you. Oh, may I help you? May I help you with those bags? Here, I'll help you. That's why it's important. So the young boy entered the ice cream shop where they sell ice cream. The store, the shop where they sell ice cream. They have in Bangkok
Yes.
ice cream? Oh, okay. Just wanted to be sure. Ice cream. I didn't know that. And he approached the counter. So he entered the store and approached the counter, the place where the clerk is standing ready to help. He approached the counter. The counter being the large the piece of furniture, you might say, or the large device in front of the clerk where you walk up and they ask you, may I help you? Help you? Yes, the boy answered or replied. He said, I would like a vanilla cone. What is a cone?
Ice cream.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Cone. You know, you have a traffic cone. Yeah, you see them in the street. Maybe warning that there's something up there. So you would see traffic cones, place a traffic cone in the street, but the idea is the shape, the cone shape. So he's asking for an ice cream cone. And the clerk says, a single or double dip. What does that mean? A single or double dip?
One scoop or two.
Yeah, except one. Usually the clerk will get the cone. There's nothing in the cone, it's just a cone. And we'll have a device to reach down and scoop up what they call a dip and put it on the cone. Oh, would you like a single or double? Oh, I'll have a double. Oh, okay. Scoop. And then you've got the cone with a double dip. So you have to be careful when you walk with it. Whoa, whoa. But you have a double dip. So in other words, the clerk took the scooper, I guess it's called, and reached in twice. One, two, double dip. So we got a double dip. The dip is to reach down and pull up, dip into the pot. The clerk asked, I'll have a double dip, the boy answered. And he was quite happy to have a double dip. This is the key word in this whole thing. This is the word that you want to get right. Help. The P at the end. Help.
Not help.
Because I've heard it many times.
Yeah.
It's like, it's right up there with excuse me. Ooh. It's excuse me. Any other questions about this?
This is in the south, you pronounce approach. Approach.
Approached. He approached the counter.
They straight on the approach, right? Not the first or the second that's...
More on the approach. Approach. He approached the counter. Counter's right here, the clerk. He came right up to the counter as he neared, and then he stopped. After he approached the counter, he stopped in front of it and asked the clerk, or she said, may I help you? Yes, I would like an ice cream cone. a vanilla cone. The store employee asked, may I help you? Approach. He approached the counter. Approached the counter. Any other questions about that? Clear?
Of course, same I walk near.
เขาโพสที่ไหน
Well, no, it's not the same as I walk near. I could be across the street walking and I say, I walked near the Ramada Hotel. I walked near the Ramada Hotel. That doesn't mean I approached the Ramada. That means I was close by, going, maybe walking the other way. There's the Ramada. I walked close to the Ramada, but I did not approach. To approach means to walk directly toward the hotel. As I approached the hotel, I saw a taxi cab waiting in the front.
I put impolite. I walk near, not impolite.
Well, no, it's not, neither one is impolite. They're both polite. To walk near is to walk close by something. You know, I could be walking straight down the street and there's the Ramada Hotel and I could say, oh, I walked near the Ramada, it was right over there. But that's not approaching the Ramada. To approach the Ramada means to walk toward the front door. As I approached the hotel, I saw a friend get out of a taxi cab. As I approached the hotel, going right for the front door.
Yes.
As opposed to walking near means you could be just 100 meters away, and that's as close as you ever got. You walked right past it. But I was near the hotel, but I didn't approach it. There's a difference there. Any other questions? Clear?
Yes.
Yes. I want to help you. Let me help you. The double dip.
abroad นะไม่ใช่ข้าวโพด
What does it mean? What does it mean? What does it mean if you are referred to as a double dipper? A double dipper.
double dip
In certain positions, you cannot be a double dipper. Double dipper. A double dipper is a person who retires from a job. Let's say retires from a job and retires and he gets a pension.
pension
And then he comes back and gets another job with the same company. Maybe, or a different branch or something like that, and then gets a salary.
oh
So he's getting a salary and a pension. It's known as double dipping.
double dip
The companies do not encourage double dipping. You either stay or you go, not double dip, salary and pension.
two double
Double dipping.
yeah good
Yeah.
job
Dip. Yeah, right. They don't encourage that.
Here nice and up clean.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. The audience was seated in the auditorium for the 8 p.m. start of the concert. At the appointed hour, the curtain rose, and the orchestra members stood and bowed to the audience, resumed their seats, and began to play the opening symphony. The opening symphony. Symphony. Almost like S-I-M. Opening symphony. Symphony. The audience was seated in the auditorium for the 8 p.m. start of the concert. At the appointed hour, the curtain rose, and the orchestra members stood and bowed to the audience, resumed their seats, and began to play the opening symphony. Go ahead.
The audience was seated in the auditorium for the 8 p.m. start of the concert. At the appointed hour, the curtain rose and the orchestra members stood and bowed to the audience, resumed their seats, and began to play the opening symphony.
Right, very good. The audience was seated in the auditorium for the 8 p.m. start of the concert. At the appointed hour, the curtain rose, and the orchestra members stood and bowed to the audience, resumed their seats, and began to play the opening symphony. Okay.
The audience was sit in the audience room.
Auditorium.
Or the auditorium.
Right.
For 8 p.m. start of the concert. At the appointed hall, the curtain rose, and the orchestra members stood and bowed. The audience resumed their seat and began to play the opening symphony.
Yeah, right, very good. The audience was seated in the auditorium. The audience was seated in the auditorium for the 8 p.m. start of the concert. At the appointed hour, the curtain rose, and the orchestra members stood and bowed to the audience, resumed their seats, and began to play the opening symphony. The opening symphony. Auditorium, concert, appointed, curtain, orchestra. Okay.
The audience was seated in the auditorium for the 8 p.m. start of the concert. At the appointed hour, the curtain rose, and the orchestra member stood and bowed to the audience, resumed their seat, and began to play the opening symphony.
Right, very good. Began to play the opening symphony. Resumed their seats and began to play the opening symphony. The audience was seated in the auditorium for the 8 p.m. start of the concert. Okay.
The audience was seated in the auditorium for the 8 p.m. start of the concert. At the appointed hour, the curtain rose and the orchestra members stood and bowed to the audience, resumed their seats and began to play the opening symphony.
Right, very good. Resumed their seats and began to play the opening symphony. The audience was seated in the auditorium. The audience and order, both times, audience and auditorium for the 8 p.m. start of the concert. Okay.
The audience was seated in the auditorium for the 8 p.m. start of the concert. At the appointed hour, the curtain rose and the orchestra members stood and bowed to the audience, resumed their seats and began to play the opening symphony.
Right, very good. Resumed their seats and began to play the opening symphony. The audience was seated in the auditorium. Audience, auditorium. Audience, auditorium.
The audience was seated in the auditorium for the 8 p.m. start of the concert. At the end point, however, the curtain rose and the orchestra members stood and bowed to the audience, resumed their seats and began to play the opening symphony.
Right, very good. Resumed their seats and began to play the opening symphony. The audience was seated in the auditorium for the 8 p.m. start of the concert. 8 p.m. start of the concert. Okay.
The audience was seated.
Okay. It's seated.
The audience was seated in the auditorium
Right.
for the 8 p.m. start of the concert. At the appointed hours, the curtain rose and the orchestra number stood and bowed to the audience.
Right.
Resumed their seats and began to play the opening symphony.
Right,